Week 12 of the NRL was absolutely bonkers. So now on to round 13. Before we get on to round 13, let's check out what happened in round 12 and see the absolute chaos. On Thursday, we started Bulldogs versus Dragons, and actually, I got the correct result, which is good, but Bulldogs absolutely ran away with it. They were fantastic. 44-12. I did a Bulldogs win by 6, thinking it would be a bit closer than it was. Yeah, it was not close at all, but I do get the 1 point. Then Friday, it was Cowboys versus West Tigers. Now, once again, I predicted that the Cowboys would win fairly comfortably. In that, they did. I did them to win by 12. They actually won by 14. So that is the best result of the week. Let's just get that out of the way right now. That's 1.5 points for that. Then this is where it started going a little bit wrong, because the Sea Eagles took on Storm. Sea Eagles have been very up and down, very inconsistent, and Storm were on the up, or continuing to go up. I did a Storm win by 8, thinking it was potentially close-ish, but it was almost the other way around. Sea Eagles won by 6. Yeah, a bad result for Storm, but they should still be okay when it comes to the end of the season. Then Raiders versus Roosters, and I predicted Raiders to win. Great. But not by quite as much as they actually did. They beat Raiders by 28. So that was a good win for the Roosters. That puts them into 4th place. Very, very good for them, but I get 1 point for a result. And this really is where it goes downhill. I shouldn't have tipped against them. This is my own fault. Panthers are now my team after seeing them in the grand final last year. I should not have tipped against them. I just thought Sharks being at home on incredible form. Wow. Check out this result. 0 to Sharks, 42 to Panthers. That is, for a team that is top of the league, to get 0 points. Mind blown. So, yeah, I did Sharks to win by 4. They lost by 42. Nothing for me there. Then Rabbitohs, they finally get a win. Amazingly, 52% of people did actually go with Rabbitohs here. And I didn't expect Eels to win by a lot, because Eels are not doing very well themselves. So this was one that probably could have gone either way, but Rabbitohs won by 16. So it's another game where I get nothing. Disappointing. Sunday, Broncos versus Titans. Titans have had games where they have scored tries. They've been plucky, and this was clearly another one. 34-36, a fantastically close game. 2 people went for Titans to win this one. Well done to you 2 people. I get nothing. And then another one where I get nothing is Warriors versus Dolphins. A close one. It was a close one. Could have gone either way. I did Dolphins by 6. They actually lost by 4. So our league table after round 12. Annoying. Coolbajul, I'm just predicting where I am. Coolbajul is still top. We've got a little bit of movement. Aussie Tash is now up to 3rd with St. Jai in 2nd. They have overtaken Adelaide Bulldog and Brupel. Well done, you two. Juby is up 5. Ryan Meester is up 8. New Elijah is up 11 with the golden hat. Well done. Oh, G. Chapman down 7. Ouch. Up 6, Stormy May. You had a good week. Aaron up 4. Mad Swans fan down 7. I am down 3. Kev down 5. The wooden spoon, though, goes to Mighty Muffins Rule. Let's have a look so you can find yourselves. We've got 60 people in here now. Okay, round 13. Let's go. On Thursday, we start at the Combank Stadium in Parramatta between the Eels versus the Sharks. Now, the Sharks, I'm going to say this now, the Sharks are not going to lose 2 games in a row against a team of the Eels who lost to Rabbitohs, who couldn't even buy a win. So this should be... I'm amazed. Eels are favourites to win this. Okay, let's have a look at a little bit of an analysis. Eels are now down in 15th. Sharks still top of the league. Yeah, I think, yes, I actually see why potentially the Sharks aren't favourite, and that is potentially because they may be missing a few players for State of Origin, which is coming up as well. But is it going to be enough to stop them winning? That is a difficult one. No, I just can't see. They may have some players missing, but Eels are just doing really, really poor, and I'm going to go with the Sharks win. It's going to be... they're not going to blow Eels out the water. So let's do Sharks by 8. Sharks by 8. That's taken into account kick up the arse for a poor result last week, and also not having certain players maybe. Friday, it is McDonald Jones Stadium, Knights versus Bulldogs. Knights are on fantastic form at the moment. They are now sitting in 9th, with Bulldogs down in 12th. So Knights are certainly the favourite at home. But what do we think? Knights are back in the top... No, they're not quite in the top 8, but almost in the top 8. So they will be fighting. But actually, even the Bulldogs are still within a chance here. It is still incredibly tight. There are results coming from all directions, and therefore it is keeping the NRL a fantastic table this year. It really, really is. Bulldogs looked really, really good beating Dragons last week, but could be... I think this is a difficult one. This may be... Actually, I haven't even seen the other games yet, but this may be one of the toughest ones to call this week. But I think home team advantage here. I'm going to go... And 4 games unbeaten at the moment, so they've got the run of form. Let's go with Knights by 4. Let's go with a real tight one. Knights by 4. Saturday, Bluebet Stadium in Penrith, Panthers versus Dragons. Obviously, Panthers have just come off a demolition job of Sharks. They are sat in 2nd place, and they are wanting that top spot. I have no doubt about it. They do lose a lot of players for State of Origin, and I think this is going to be the deciding thing. How much is it going to affect normal league play this week with certain players? The top teams are obviously going to lose more of those players to State of Origin. So it's how well they're going to cope. But with Panthers, how well they've been performing. They are performing as a team unit. They've had the off performance and loss. But after a game like last week, I can't see Dragons winning this. So let's go, and they're at home. Panthers by 10. Yeah, Panthers by 10. But yeah, it's interesting because it's going to be how well these teams are affected by losing players to State of Origin. We'll see. Then KO Stadium in Redcliffe. Dolphins versus Raiders. Very similar form, really, for both teams. Dolphins are in 5th. They're doing all right. They are doing well. Raiders, they are actually down in 10th, but only actually 2 points. That is how close it is. It is crazy. Dolphins, bear in mind, Dolphins could not beat Warriors last week, and I don't think Warriors are a ridiculously strong team. Warriors were missing a lot of players last week, so that's not a good sign for Dolphins. It really, really isn't. They also lost some of their best players due to Origin, so I don't think it's looking amazing. I think actually this may be a case where if Raiders can step up, then they can win this. So I think I've got to go with the Raiders win here, but I don't think it'll be by a lot. I'm going to do a Raiders win by 4. I think that could be close, but there are certainly a lot more going against Dolphins than going for them, in my opinion at least. Then Sunday, and it's actually the last game. It's a very quiet week this week, but the last game is at the Allianz Stadium, and that's Roosters versus Cowboys. Roosters, look at that form. Very similar to Panthers, where they've lost a couple of games in their last 7 games. But actually, they are strong. Now, considering Cowboys are 2 wins in a row, I still think it's difficult not to back Roosters. I think they are a decent team at the moment. They are in 4th, and they are fighting. They are fighting to the nail to be, well, there's no reason why they can't try and finish top of the league. So we're going to see, looking at State of Origin again, both teams are hit hard, actually. Both teams have got State of Origin players out. So I'm not sure how. I don't think that'll affect either team in terms of they've both got players out. So I think I'm going to finish the week off with a good win for Roosters. I'm going to go with a 12-point win for the Roosters. It is a quiet week with only 5 games on, but here are my picks. Sharks to win by 8, Knights to win by 4, Panthers with 10-point win, Raiders by 4, and a Roosters win by 12. It is a week where you don't know what's going to happen with State of Origin going on and players not in action for their clubs. We will see how they do. Thank you so much for joining me, and make sure you check out www.asweare.space for our merchandise, and I will catch you next week.